I'm going to tell you about the Christmas I spent saving lives in an operating room while my husband spent it with another woman at my cabin. The cabin my aunt left me. The one he had no right to. But this isn't a story about being a victim. This is about what happened when a cardiac surgeon applied the same precision she used to repair hearts to dismantling a marriage built on lies. 6 years married to Sean. 13 years together total since our college days. He was my first real love, and I believed, how naive I was, I believed he felt the same about me. December arrived with the promise of a peaceful Christmas. Sean planned a trip with his family to the Blue Ridge Mountains, to the property I inherited from Aunt Vera, the woman who raised me after my mother passed. I couldn't go. My shifts at Metro Regional were brutal. Back-to-back surgeries, patients coding at midnight. Sean always said he was proud of my dedication. Called me his queen. I believed him. I believed every single word. My name is Nia Thompson. I'm 35, a cardiac surgeon at Metro Regional Hospital in Atlanta. This is how my life fell apart and came back together. One Monday, a week before Christmas, Sean came into the kitchen looking disappointed. Baby, bad news. The trip's canceled. Jasmine's got a work emergency, and my pops has the flu. It didn't make sense. Sean's family never missed Christmas together. We could still go. Just us. He shifted. Actually, Dr. Hayes asked if you could cover the Christmas shift. They're desperate for cardiology. You always say saving lives is your calling, right? He promised we'd make it up after. Maybe Miami. I agreed to work both Christmas and New Year's. How naive I was. Christmas Eve. 3 emergency cardiac surgeries before noon. Nearly 8 p.m. when I finally collapsed in the staff lounge. I opened my phone, scrolling almost by habit. The first post made my heart stop. Jasmine, Sean's sister, had posted a photo. Lavish Christmas dinner, whole family gathered. And Sean, smiling broadly, champagne glass raised. His arm around a light-skinned woman with long box braids in a tight red dress. I'd never seen her before. Caption: Perfect Christmas at our cabin in the mountains. Family together, blessed and grateful. Our cabin. My cabin. My property. The trip that was supposedly canceled. I took a screenshot by instinct. 5 minutes later, the post vanished. My pager beeped. Code blue in ICU. I forced myself to breathe. I stored that pain, that rage. Put on my professional mask. Lives depended on me. The next 6 hours were a blur of blood and sutures. We saved 3 of 4 patients. I left after 4 a.m. Sean was asleep when I got home, snoring softly. I stood in the doorway watching him. How many times had I looked at that face and seen my future? Christmas morning, Sean woke cheerful. How was your shift? Lost a patient. Elderly woman, heart failure. I'm sorry. He kissed my forehead. Let me make breakfast. Our Christmas. Our Christmas. While yesterday he had his with the whole family. With that woman. On my property. I watched him shower, singing along to the radio as if he hadn't just betrayed me in the cruelest way. I dried my tears and began thinking strategically. Sean wanted to play games. Perfect. But he was playing against the wrong woman. I was a cardiac surgeon, trained to work under pressure, to have steady hands when everything was falling apart. The following days were a masterpiece of acting. I smiled, laughed, kissed him goodnight. Meanwhile, I executed my plan. Met Tasha at a coffee shop in East Atlanta. Showed her the screenshot. Girl, I suspected something. Saw him with a light-skinned woman in Buckhead 2 months ago. I need to know who she is. Everything. 2 hours later, I sat across from Raymond Brooks, private investigator, sliding the screenshot across his desk. I need information fast. 48 hours. I walked out with something I hadn't felt since Christmas Eve. Control. That night, Sean brought takeout. Fried catfish, collard greens, mac and cheese. I'll spend New Year's at home. Pop still isn't feeling well. Plus, you'll be working anyway. But hey, use that holiday pay differential and we can take that Jamaica trip you wanted. Then the memories came like an avalanche. I always paid for vacations. All of them. I paid groceries. Sean forgot his wallet constantly. I paid the down payment on our Cascade Heights house and 70% of the mortgage. I paid all bills, electricity, water, internet, while his money supposedly helped his parents. I paid most of his car note. Co-signed for the charger during his temporary money issues. Now he wanted me to use holiday pay from my sacrifice to fund another vacation I'd pay for, while he spent money on another woman. While he used my cabin. The rage nearly suffocated me. But I took a breath, forced a smile. That's a great idea, baby. His phone vibrated. Text from Jasmine lit the screen. Preview, same setup as Christmas. He grabbed it quickly, forced a laugh. Jasmine's asking if I'll be alone for New Year's again. Same setup as Christmas. They were planning to do it again. December 28th. Raymond called. Danielle Patterson. 28. Sales associate at your husband's furniture store. Relationship, 14 months. They've been to the cabin 8 times. Always when you were on shift. His personal card spending, hotels, restaurants, jewelry stores. Past 14 months, over $28,000. $28,000. While I paid 85% of our bills. I would have laughed if I weren't so angry. Next day, I visited Clayton Jefferson, best family law attorney in Atlanta. The cabin was completely mine, premarital inheritance. Sean had no rights. His use constitutes criminal trespassing, Clayton said. I have a plan for New Year's first. After I explained, Clayton smiled. Dr. Thompson, you should have been an attorney. Next stop, secure home protection. Surveillance cameras throughout the cabin. Alarm system detecting unauthorized entry, alerting me and the sheriff. Installation needed December 30th. I don't care about cost. Tomorrow. $7,500. The intruder wouldn't know what hit him. December 30th. I drove to Blue Ridge while Sean slept. Security team was already there. 3 hours supervising. Cameras tiny, invisible. All locks changed. Smart locks responding only to my phone. System would activate automatically at 6 that evening. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Before Atlanta, I stopped at Metro Regional. Found Dr. Hayes. Family emergency. Can't work New Year's. He was annoyed but agreed. That night, lying beside Sean, I mentally reviewed everything. Cameras installed. Alarm activated. Locks changed. Attorney prepared. All that was left, Sean falling into the trap. Happy New Year, Sean. You'll remember this one for the rest of your life. New Year's Eve morning, Sean checked his phone constantly. What time you leaving? Need to be there by 1. Relief on his face. I kissed his cheek. I love you. Love you too. Save lives. Yes, I thought. I'll save mine. I drove to Tasha's condo in Midtown. She had coffee and her laptop connected to cameras. Ready for the show? 1:47. Security alert sounded. On screen, Sean's black Charger pulled up. 2 SUVs followed. Doors opened. Sean and Danielle exited with cousin Terrence and wife Shanice. Second SUV. His parents Lorraine and Marcus, Aunt Pearl, Uncle Raymond. Third. Jasmine, husband Damon, another couple. Crystal clear audio. I heard every word. Sean tried his key. Smart lock beeped, rejecting it. What the hell? Danielle, Sean, what's going on? Lock must be messed up. Finally, Sean grabbed a rock. Danielle screamed. What are you doing? Gotta break the window. Not driving back for a key. His mother, Sean baby, this don't feel right. Mama, trust me. He broke the window. System detected invasion. 15 seconds, my phone rang. Secure home protection. Mrs. Williams, intrusion alert. I didn't authorize anyone. Real break-in. Contacting the sheriff. On cameras, everyone climbed through. Danielle took selfies everywhere. Baby, this cabin is gorgeous. Must have cost a fortune. Sean lied. Yeah, bought it years back. Tasha snorted. This fool barely has 500. 5 minutes. Blue and red lights through trees. Police outside. Panic. Heavy knocking. Sheriff's office, open up. 3 deputies outside. We received a break-in alert. Does this property belong to you? It's in the family. My wife's. Property is registered to Nia Marie Thompson. Is that your wife? Danielle froze. Wife. Her voice rose. Sean, You said this was yours, that y'all were separated. Sean hissed. Danielle, shut up. Deputy interrupted. Is Nia Marie Thompson your wife? Yes, sir. Let me call her. She'll clear this up. He dialed. My phone buzzed. I let it ring to voicemail. Not answering. She's a cardiac surgeon working now, probably in surgery. Deputy looked at Danielle. Your doctor wife is at the hospital saving lives while you're here with another woman at her property. Silence. Senior deputy examined shattered glass. Explain how this window broke. Key wasn't working. Had no choice. You broke into your wife's property without authorization. Breaking and entering. Criminal trespassing. Deputy turned to the horrified group. Everyone exit. Provide identification. Younger deputy checked his tablet. Sir, Danielle Patterson has an active warrant. No mistake. Outstanding warrant. Assault with deadly weapon. Failed to appear. Hands behind your back. She screamed. Sean, do something. He stood frozen. Last sheriff's vehicle drove away. I fell back onto Tasha's couch, trembling. Girl, that was incredible. Pure karma, I said. We laughed, tears streaming. My phone rang. Detective Morgan. I confirmed, did not authorize any of the 12 people. Mr. Williams remains in custody until bail hearing January 2nd. Miss Patterson held on her warrant. Sean's spending New Year's in jail. Poetic justice. It really is, I replied, cold smile forming. Called Clayton. Need divorce papers ready by January 2nd. Spent New Year's at Tasha's. Her family visiting. Warm people who asked no invasive questions. During dinner, my phone wouldn't stop. Jasmine. Lorraine. Marcus. Messages. Nia, please. Sean is in jail. Tasha looked at me. They blowing you up? I'm not responding. Midnight. Fireworks over Atlanta. Sean in a cell. Danielle too. And I was free. To new beginnings, Tasha said, raising her glass. January 1st, I drove to Cascade Heights. Called credit card company. Filing for divorce. He no longer has authorization. Spent the day packing Sean's things. Every shirt I'd washed hundreds of times. Removed photos. Wedding photo from mantle. By late afternoon, the house felt lighter. More mine. Called moving company. Pick up boxes tomorrow at 10, deliver to College Park. Leave everything on porch. Large manila envelope visible on top. Perfect timing. While Sean was in court, his belongings would arrive with divorce papers. Phone rang. Jail prefix. Sean desperate. Elaborate story about wrong key. Sean, calm down. You believe me? I believe you, I lied smoothly. I'll handle it. Go to the station, withdraw the complaint. You'll be out today. Oh, Nia, baby, I love you. Hung up. I did not go to any police station. 3 hours later, voicemail. Nia, what happened? Deleted it without finishing. January 2nd. Clayton observed bail hearing. Bail, $10,000. Credit card declined. No one in the family has that liquid. 11:30, Lorraine called. Sean's been in jail since the 31st. Post his bail. I'm not posting it. He's your husband. Sean was my husband. Divorce papers are prepared. Long silence. Danielle? Who's Danielle? Danielle Patterson. Light-skinned woman with box braids at Christmas and New Year's. 14-month affair. The woman you all know very well. Danielle was just a distraction. He always loved you. Ice cold. A distraction? Over a year? Almost $30,000. Lorraine exploded. You always were bougie, stuck up. Never good enough for my son. Funny. You all benefited from my bougie doctor money. By the way, there's a surprise on your porch. Hung up. 4 hours later, Sean called. What did you do? I bought that house. Accept my settlement. 5% of market value. What about the cabin? Alimony. I laughed. The cabin is my inheritance. 0 rights. As for alimony, stop being a leech. Days later, Danielle made bail. Went to the furniture store. Attacked Sean in front of customers. Went viral. Both terminated. Did I laugh? Absolutely. Week later, Clayton called. Sean signed everything. It wasn't about winning. It was about reclaiming my life. 60 days, divorce finalized. Legally returned to my maiden name. Nia Thompson again. Sold the house. Paid Sean his 5%. Never spoke again. Moved to modern Midtown high-rise. 18th floor overlooking Piedmont Park. For the first time in years, I lived in a space completely mine. 6 months later, phone rang. Danielle. I had to apologize. I didn't know he was married. Deep breath. Danielle, I accept your apology. I know how charming Sean can be. He seemed so successful. He didn't build anything. All mine. He used my career, money, property to create an illusion. I'm so sorry. But, Danielle, you were dazzled by money status. Learn from it. And don't contact me again. I wish you well, but I need to move forward. I understand. Thank you. Hung up. She chose to see only what she wanted. Like I'd ignored warning signs. Difference. I woke up, took action, reclaimed my life. Months transformed into a year. Freedom. Peace. Traveled alone. 2 weeks in Senegal. Transformative. Pottery classes. Adopted rescue dog Duke. Casual dates with honest men. I learned I deserved honesty and kindness. Sunday afternoon in autumn. At the cabin painting deck railings. Heard of vehicle. Black Range Rover parked at neighboring property. Man exited. Tall, athletic, salt and pepper beard. Warm smile. Hey there. I'm Marcus Reed. Just closed next door. Climbed down. Nia. Nia Thompson. Beautiful place. My aunt's. She left it to me. Orthopedic trauma surgeon at Grady. Divorced. 16-year-old son. Bought the cabin as weekend retreat. If you're interested, we could grab coffee sometime. Great spot in Blue Ridge. I smiled genuinely. I'd really like that. And that's how it began again. Not with grand gestures, but with a simple invitation. An authentic smile. The possibility of something new and honest. Sean had used me for years. Lied. Betrayed. Exploited me. But in the end, all he really did was set me free. Free to discover who I truly was without him. Free to build a life based on truth instead of lies. Free to eventually find someone who would genuinely value me. The cabin, once desecrated by betrayal, became the place where I found myself again, and eventually where I found the possibility of a genuine new beginning. Better alone than in bad company, but also open to being well accompanied when the right person appeared. And maybe, just maybe, that person had just appeared. Did you enjoy the story? If so, hit like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe. Thanks for watching Revenge with Keisha. See you next time.